What's up world, Revo here with another video, and today what I want to talk about is the superhero movies, where we're at and where we're headed. So let's get it started.
Master Wayne. Thermal imaging is showing me 24 hostiles on the 3rd floor. Why don't I drop you off on the 2nd?
You're gonna do a superhero landing. Wait for it! Superhero landing! Yeah, that's really hard on your knees.
What the hell is that? Everyone's got a gimmick now.
You have a metal arm? That is awesome, dude! You have the right to remain silent! Holy shit!
So how I'm gonna do this video is I'm gonna split it up into two different parts. I'm going to be doing the films that have come out and then the films that are going to come out. For the films that have come out, I'm going to be talking about my impressions going in and what I got out after viewing the movie. And for the films that are to come, I'm going to be speaking about what I'm looking forward to and what I know about the material prior to going into the films. So let's get started, and the first film to talk about is Deadpool. So Deadpool, what to talk about? Well, Deadpool came out in February, first superhero movie of 2016. It opened up literally with a bang. I mean, like, the intro of the film is like it's like a musical intro to a slow-mo of Deadpool, like in the car, beating up people, killing, shooting. Like, it's violent, and it's almost like if you guys haven't checked it out already, there's a test footage out in YouTube where you can see it's like literally the intro of Deadpool is that. But Deadpool going into the film, well, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I wasn't the biggest Deadpool fan. Going into the film, I kind of hated Deadpool, you know, because Deadpool for me, what I previously knew about him was like, he's almost like for me he was almost like a knockoff of Deathstroke. And I mean, he literally is though. I mean, like, Rob Liefeld, the guy who created him, you know, that was his purpose. He wanted to make a character that could poke fun at, you know, like poke fun at the whole deadly assassin type of thing. And it was literally a response to Deathstroke. It was supposed to be a copy of, I mean, Deathstroke's name is Slade Wilson, Deadpool's name is Wade Wilson, so that just pissed me off, and I just didn't like that going into the knowing the character. But I did see the test footage, and the test footage made me change my mind completely, because I mean, like, that test footage was just bomb. Everything that came out of that test footage was everything that you want in a superhero movie. The action, the humor, the choreo, the perfect acting. I mean, like, Ryan Reynolds, that is Deadpool at this point. He is Deadpool. He embodied that character so well, and, like, you know, it's almost a role that he wanted to be a part of. So going into the film, I kind of had that, but then at the back of my head, I also remembered that test footage really sold me, and if that was the film that I was going to go into seeing, that's what got me excited. Now, actually seeing the film, I was hyped. I mean, this movie generated a lot of hype. I mean, the trailers, everything that went into the marketing of this film was perfect. I mean, like, they even marketed it as a romantic comedy, which it kind of pretty much is, but so it was kind of perfect. The marketing really just enticed me. It just enticed everybody, and it made everybody want to go see this movie. And so going into that, I was hyped. I was excited for it. I was looking forward to seeing, you know, seeing this movie come to fruition, actually having Deadpool talk to the camera, like talk to the people, be like, hey, yeah, you know, this is kind of gruesome. We might like that type of stuff is perfect. That's what Deadpool is. So that was amazing to see come to life, and especially for Fox, a studio that is kind of like overbearing on some films. To be able to see them just let this one go and say, you know what, just go for it. It was pretty dope. The turnout, it was pretty dope. I saw it like about 3 times, and coming out of the film, you know, coming out of the film, I wanted it to be good, because it's like the first superhero movie of 2016 out straight out the gate. I want this film to be good. I don't want it to be a bomb. That way I have more chance, more opportunity to look forward to the rest of the films of 2016, which it did for me. It was like, oh man, like I can't wait to see Batman v Superman after this one. So going into the film of Deadpool, I kind of hated the character, but the test footage changed my mind completely. Ryan Reynolds sold me. The marketing was just perfect. It made everything hilarious. It made me want to go walk in and see that movie multiple times. And then coming out of the theater, I mean, I was just hyped for anything, you know, anything superhero related. I just wanted more. So it did its job. It stood its ground, and it was really just a strong film. And if you haven't checked it out, it's a shame, because it's already out on Blu-ray DVD, so be sure to check that out. So going to the next film, Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. So Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. Now this movie got a lot of people, I want to say, divided. There was a lot of people going into this movie that just generally, everybody had this huge expectation for this film, me included. I'm not gonna lie, I thought I wanted this film to be like the best. I wanted it to be legendary. Like I wanted it to be like that just like it's Dawn of Justice, and you got Batman, Superman, and they're introducing Wonder Woman, and then they're gonna get cameos of the rest of most of the Justice League. I mean, I wanted this film to be amazing. I wanted this film to be everything that it should be. I wanted it to be, you know, I wanted it to be dope. I wanted it to come out of the theater, you know, wanting more. So going into the theater, I'm a huge DC fan. I love DC comics. I grew up with DC. I mean, first comic book I ever read was Marvel, but second comic book was a DC Batman, and ever since then I've been hooked with DC. Justice League, everything that they've been every single character that they have, to me, is like, you know, some of my favorite stuff. So going into that, I had that little biased. I'm not gonna lie, I was hyped for the movie. I mean, Marvel, like the same way Marvel fanboys would be like prior to Avengers, would be like, oh my god, like, oh, the Avengers are finally coming together. Like, you know, I mean, like, this is the first time I'm getting to see Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman in one film. Like, I'm gonna be hyped. So I really wanted it to be amazing. Watch the movie, come out of the movie, and everybody hated it. Okay, and I made the mistake of actually seeing a review early prior to seeing the actual film. I had bought my ticket, I saw the review, and the review was pretty harsh. I mean, the guy kind of, I'm not going to say who, but generally people didn't like this movie. People thought that the script was horrible, that the editing was bad, that some of the acting may have been iffy, you know, here and there. And for me, personally, I enjoyed it. I had a good time with it. I thought that, you know, the story was told just enough to understand. But I do understand. I do get where everyone's coming from, that they say they didn't really like this movie, because it does have problems. It does have story problems. It does have editing issues where it just cuts back and forth between a scene to scene, and it just makes you think like, where does that scene come into relevance to the other scene, and what does that scene have to do with this scene? And there's a bunch of stuff that just they could have fleshed out more. And actually coming out of the theater, what I wanted, or coming out, what my reaction was like, I want more of this. Like, I wanted more. I wanted it, like that scene of Flash where he's like, Bruce, it's Lois. Lois is the, like, that's a horrible impression, but that, I wanted to see that. Like, I wanted to see more of the Flash. I wanted the Flash to show up at the end and be like, what's up? Like, I don't know, like, I just wanted more, you know? I wanted more of it, and that's not a bad thing, because I'm so in love with the characters, and I thought they did an amazing job with Batman, besides him killing people, which, you know, it's up in the air. Besides that, Ben Affleck is probably my favorite Batman. I mean, the Batman that I've always wanted to see on film is the one that really kicks butt. Like, seriously kicks butt. Like, not Christian Bale, like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, actually, like fight, like, actually do stuff, like, actually, like, be, like, be agile, be, like, you know, not like a buck, like, as much as I love Christopher Nolan's films, I thought the some of the fighting scenes seemed I don't want to say, I just want to say limited. It didn't seem like Batman could really kick somebody's butt. This one feels like if I got into a fight with Batman, there's no way I'm gonna walk out without a broken bone. Like, this Ben Affleck's Batman is pretty brutal. So that's what was dope. And the film, you know, it just has mixed reviews. It's a Zack Snyder film, so I'm not gonna say I'm not surprised, but I'm not surprised. So, walking into the theater prior to that, I was excited, hyped. I'm a DC fanboy, I'm not gonna lie about that. And I love these characters, so I want to see them succeed. Coming out of the movie, I just wanted more of the content. I just wanted more of the story fleshed out. I wish it was handled a little bit better. You know, I just wish they gave it more time. You know, 2.5 hours, sure, that's a long time for some people, but if you're a film fanatic, if you really are a film fanatic, if you are a film fanatic and you see Michael Scorsese's films, tell me you cannot deny that man's skill. That dude makes 3-hour movies. It's like, the 3-hour movie is not that long in retrospect. If it's done well, if everything is fleshed out, if that's what it takes to get the perfect Dawn of Justice, which we will find out in the Ultimate Edition, then that's what I want to see. So I was kind of disappointed in that. I wanted to see more. So yeah, that was it. Now, 2 months later, Captain America Civil War comes out, and on the heels of Batman v Superman, it does very well, with the misstep of almost step for step almost taking what Batman v Superman did wrong and kind of like upgrading. And what I mean by that is like, well, I'll get into it later, but walking into this movie, I was hyped as well. Like, the reason why I was super hyped about this film wasn't because of Marvel per se. It was because of the Russo brothers and what they did with Winter Soldier. I mean, that movie, for me, is my favorite Marvel movie of all time. Like, it's just so good. I mean, like, it's the only Marvel movie that I can rewatch, and it won't get old. It's like, and I know I'm gonna get hate for that, like, what are you talking about? Every Marvel movie is like, but for me, like, I can watch the Avengers. If I watch the Avengers right now, I'm gonna fall asleep. I'm not gonna lie, okay? It was amazing when I first saw it, but now it's just like, Winter Soldier, if I watch it again, I'm just gonna be like, oh, yeah. Because it's so good. The story's so good. The Russo brothers handled Captain America so well. So to see them do that again and to have them juggle all these characters, I was nervous, but I was also just hyped because it's the Russo brothers. They've done multiple characters, albeit in TV, but they have done it. So I wasn't surprised that they did it well. Now, coming out of the movie, all right, like, this thing, I'm just gonna say Black Panther killed it. Black Panther stole the show. Like, Black Panther, that's all I'm gonna say. Black Panther. I can't even, just thinking about Black Panther is like getting me hyped again. I just want to see it again because Black Panther was so raw. I mean, like, every scene that he was in, he just kicked butt. Like, Winter Soldier had nothing on Black Panther. Iron Man had nothing on Black Panther. Captain America had nothing. Nobody had nothing on Black Panther. Black Panther was whooping everybody's butt. So, Black Panther was awesome in that film. Spider-Man came in. And it was the Spider-Man that I've been wanting since I was a kid. I love Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. The first two are amazing. Probably hands down some of my favorite superhero movies of all time. But they were missing this X factor that Spider-Man does, which is crack jokes and be a kid. Light-hearted kid who just cracks jokes while he's fighting. I mean, like, that's what Tom Holland brought to it. It was, even though it may have seemed CGI, even though it may not have seemed like him in the suit, it was dope seeing it nonetheless. Like, there's a scene where the Falcon's like, kid, have you ever been in a fight before? Because all he's doing is talking trash to them. Like, it's it's hilarious. It's the Spider-Man that I've always wanted to see. And Spider-Man, Black Panther stole the show coming out of the movie. That's what made me want to go see it again, just for those characters, because they just stole the show. They were like the show stealers for me. So yeah, that 1-2 punch was pretty dope. I mean, I'm not gonna spoil it, but Giant Man also comes up, and Spider-Man makes a Star Wars reference that I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but I still got it, and I thought it was hilarious. So that was dope. So, going into the movie, hyped. Russo brothers sold me with Winter Soldier. Coming out of the movie, even more hyped, with just excited to see Black Panther and Spider-Man's movies. They were introduced so well, done properly. Arguably, Black Panther's movie was Civil War. So, man, just a lot of fun stuff with Captain America: Civil War. Definitely better than Batman v Superman, but, you know, definitely a different movie. You know, I'm just gonna say that. We'll fast forward a little bit farther, not that far, comes the X-Men Apocalypse. So X-Men Apocalypse comes out, and I'm super hyped for this movie, particularly because I got X1, 2, First Class, X-Men Days of Future Past, all of those films, and they're all amazing. X-Men 1, dope, really good introduction to the X-Men, different introduction to the X-Men. Not, if you're a huge X-Men fan, you know this is different. X2 just upped everything. It was just too dope. Like, X-Men 2 stands the test of time. It's still dope today. And then First Class was just a great way of reintroducing these characters with different actors. James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, steal it as Professor X and Magneto. And then just X-Men Days of Future Past, one of my favorite all-time superheroes to have come out in the recent 5 years. Days of Future Past was the reason I was so hyped for X-Men Apocalypse. Just like Winter Soldier got me hyped for Captain America: Civil War, Days of Future Past got me hyped for Apocalypse, because Days of Future Past was so good. Michael Fassbender, some of his best performance. I mean, I was going into that movie, Oscar Isaac, you're talking about like Oscar, if you haven't seen Ex Machina, dude, like, that dude acts, like, that dude is phenomenal. That dude is amazing. So to get him as your villain, like, bro, like, that's top notch. So I was hyped up for that. You know, I wanted to see James McAvoy, Oscar Isaac trade wits, like, and be badass at the same time. So going into the movie, super hyped again, you know. But coming out of the movie, not as hyped. Definitely not a movie I want to see again. And one of the big reasons why was an actress by the name of Jennifer Lawrence. Yep, Jennifer Lawrence. Why are you in this movie, Jennifer Lawrence? Why? Okay, like, she doesn't even seem like she wants to be there. Like, her acting was horrible. I'm not gonna lie. She's a great actress. She does some great stuff. Silver Linings Playbook is wonderful. It's an amazing film, but she just wasn't good. Like, I'm not gonna. She took me out of the film because she was like this the whole time. We have to bring the X-Men together. Stand, fight. No Magneto. Like, it was just so monotone. It was like watching a first grader like act. It was obvious that she didn't want to be there. So it was kind of frustrating to see that come through. There's definitely stuff I loved about it, like Michael Fassbender scene. I don't want to spoil it, but there's a scene that's heartbreaking, heart-wrenching, where it gets Michael Fassbender's character, gets Eric Lencher back into being Magneto. It's just a pivotal scene. It's a crazy scene. I don't want to spoil it because I want people to watch it. It's sad. It's horrible. It tore me apart. Best scene of the movie. Ever since then, it wasn't able to top that. Honestly, for me, like, honestly, the last action sequence, the act 3 of the film, I don't know. It was just like a lot of Magneto going like this, and a lot of James McAvoy like, and a lot of Oscar Isaac like, what they built will fall type of, like, it was. It was really, really not that great. I mean, it was a lot of the repetitive, like, I don't know if Bryan Singer knows how to deal with action. I don't know. Maybe it's because he didn't want to go full budget, like full all out compared to Days of Future Past, but he should have. I mean, you're bringing in Apocalypse, okay? That dude is a boss. He's probably one of my favorite Marvel villains of all time. You're bringing a guy of that magnitude, and you're going to give him that. Because a lot of what Oscar Isaac, albeit he did perform his butt off, he acted really well, but it was a lot of like, just him acting like performing the same, trope over and over and over again. And they should have just gave him more. They should have been like, Oscar, maybe you can be a little bit. And he was doing it. He was being suave sometimes. He was talking, But then it's just, I don't know, it just seemed like the script didn't allow for the character to grow as much as I wanted him to. And as much as I wanted to see Apocalypse, fully fleshed, it seemed like he was just put in there. The intro was dope, okay? The intro to Apocalypse was dope, but I honestly wanted more of that. That and the scene of Magneto, or Eric, when he becomes Magneto again. Those two scenes were like, I was at the edge of my seat, like, whew, like, this movie about to be lit. And then it wasn't, it was like, it just wasn't good. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, like, a lot of people are saying it's better than Batman v Superman, but there's a lot of scenes in there that are iffy for me, and I don't, it's just, I don't know. So going into that movie, I was hyped. Days of Future Past, every X-Men film that Bryan Singer has handled has been amazing. So going into the film, I was excited. I wanted to see Apocalypse, one of the best Marvel villains of all time, shine in a film with a phenomenal actor in Oscar Isaac. So, but coming out of the movie, I was like, I was like, great, I'll own it just because, I love these characters. But definitely not going to recommend it to some non-superhero fans. Definitely not going to say this is a movie you have to see to be a superhero film fan. No, you don't. I'm sorry, you don't. It wasn't that. It didn't fill up to the expectations that I wanted it to. So it was a good film, but not the best X-Men film for sure. Not a horrible film though. I'm going to put it out there. It is watchable. I'm just saying, you don't have to watch it. It's not a necessity. It's not like, oh my God, this movie is so great, you have to watch it. It's not one of those. It's like, if you watch it, awesome, you're gonna have a good time. But it's not phenomenal. It's not a phenomenal film. So, moving on to a movie that came, I want to say it came out recently actually, called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 I don't know if they has 2, but I don't think so. It's just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. I saw this movie and I liked it. I mean, going into the movie, prior to seeing it, I was actually excited. I mean, I saw the first TMNT movie. I saw the first movie with Michael Bay, and I thought it was cool. You know, it wasn't. I definitely wasn't like, hey, TMNT is back. You know, because it wasn't that good. Honestly, it was a lot of like Transformers rehash into Turtle Mania. Like, it was the best way of describing it. Like, it had Megan Fox, and she played the same character that she plays in Transformers. Like, what? Okay, she doesn't transform into the I forgot her name now, the character's name, but she doesn't transform into that character at all. Like, she just plays Megan Fox. That's all she plays. So, but they were bringing in Crane. They were bringing in, you know, Rocksteady and Bebop. Like, okay, they got my attention. Like, I saw that trailer and I was just like, Rocksteady Bebop from the old cartoon. Okay, that's dope. Oh, Crane? All right. I'll watch it. You got my attention. I'll watch it. So I watched it, you know, because of that. Because I saw those old cartoon aspects being brought back into it, and Michael Bay wasn't directly attached. Sure, he said like probably producer or something like that. He was just probably getting paid. Yeah, the old 90s aspect of the film got me to watch it, and coming out of the movie, I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Well, it was a predictable movie. It was your normal like cartoony movie type of take your younger sibling to go watch it type of movie. Definitely aimed for kids, and there's nothing wrong with that. It was definitely better than the first one. I'm not gonna lie, definitely better than the first one, and it was simply because the Turtles shined in this movie. The Turtles really did. Like, it was really their movie, whereas opposed to the first one, it was more about Megan Fox being a fake reporter, being like, oh my god, I turned it. First movie sucked, but this movie was an upgrade. Definitely was, because they focused on a lot of the old stuff that made the Turtles great. So that's what made the movie good to me, and that's what really made me stick to it and made me be like, you know, I kind of like this movie. It's not that great, you know, but it's like, It's not a horrible movie, but it's definitely a predictable movie. It's definitely not the best movie ever. I wouldn't say it's going to win an Oscar type of thing. Probably maybe for like CGI. I don't know if there's an Oscar for that. Probably not. No, there's not. What am I talking about? Yeah, I wanted to go see it. And it, for a lot of you who are probably watching this is going like, yo, that's not a superhero movie. You need to get your facts straight. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had a comic prior to ever having a cartoon, prior to ever having its movies. It's a freaking superhero, okay? They're superheroes. Yes, they're turtles. Yes, they're Ninja Turtles. Yes, they're Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but they are superheroes. They are superheroes. So, yeah. Coming into the movie, I was excited. Had all the 90s stuff in it. Coming out of the movie, I was, you know, yeah. What you gonna do? So, now we reach the second part of the video where I'm going to talk about the movies to come. You know, went into detail about all the movies that have already came out. Now I'm going to go into detail about the movies that are going to come out. And like I said before, for these movies, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about what I know about the material prior and what's getting me excited about it. Like what's making me hyped for these movies. So let's start out with one movie that's coming out in August 5th to be exact. It's called Suicide Squad. So Suicide Squad, like I get excited about this movie because I'm hyped for this movie. This movie, I don't know, like, I know, like, as I said before, talking about Batman v Superman, I'm a huge DC fan, so I know the characters. So before going into this movie, I know these characters. Suicide Squad, I'm familiar with. I'm familiar with Harley Quinn. I'm familiar with Killer Croc. I'm familiar with Captain Boomerang. I'm familiar with Deadshot. I'm familiar with Katana, somewhat. I need to get more into that. But I know who she is. I'm familiar with Enchantress. I'm familiar with the Joker, obviously. I'm familiar with Amanda Waller. I'm familiar with... I know I'm missing somebody. Who's another? Diablo. I'm familiar with... oh, what's his name? He's like the OG Suicide Squad member. Rick Flag. There you go. There you go. I'm familiar with all these characters. So I know them. I know these characters prior to the movie. And... I'm excited, man. I'm hyped. I think this movie is going to do really well. I really do. I think that Jared Leto, a lot of people are saying that he's not going to fulfill a prophetic act that not Mark Hamill. Obviously Mark Hamill is amazing, but no, that Heath Ledger performed. They're saying that he's not going to be able to top that. I don't care if he tops it or not. I just want a different Joker, and that's what it looks like we're getting. So prior to seeing this movie, I am familiar with the lore, I am familiar with the mythology, I am familiar with the characters, I'm familiar with what the story might be. Now, with that being said, I have no idea what the story is actually going to be. I have no idea who the main villain is. I have no idea about, like, the plot. Like, I really don't. Like, I have a general idea of, like, okay, they're gonna get them together and Amanda Waller wants to form a team, like, obviously. But everybody knows that, but nobody really knows what's gonna go, like, stuff's gonna go down, but we don't know what, all right? Like, they've done a good job of hiding a lot of that stuff. They've showed a lot, but they haven't told the story, which is amazing, which is getting me even more hyped, because when I see the movie, I'm gonna be like, what I know about the movie and what gets me excited about the movie. Well, I kind of already went over what gets me excited about the movie. It's just the way that the characters are being portrayed, honestly. Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie, yes, please. Like, who doesn't want that? That's perfect casting. Like, that's what I want to see. Margot Robbie, Harley Quinn. Let's get it. Now, Jared Leto, Joker. Again, a lot of people, the whole damage thing, the whole tattoo, ha ha ha. Everything about him, people are like, nah, I'm not feeling it. Like, they don't like him. But I think he's going to be dope. I think that this Joker is going to be the comic Joker that we've been wanting to see. Aside from any Joker, really. This Joker, for me, seems like, sure, he doesn't look all too just because of the tattoos, but take those tattoos away, he's a spitting image from the comic books. He really is. I mean, Jared Leto, aside from the tattoos, aside from those, you know, the T, the grill, everything, he's a spitting image of Joker. There's that shot of the trailer where, like, he has that tuxedo. That is dope. Like, that is oh my, like, thinking about that gets me super amped, because that's the Joker I want to see. I've always, like, in the films, we have not seen that. Sure, Heath Ledger just had that purple thing, but we've never seen, like, the Joker with the black suit, you know, black tuxedo, the black, you know, rocking it. And, like, dude, this Joker is going to be dope. I just have that feeling. I have this weird feeling that it's going to be, like, they're saying that Jared Leto went full Joker, and Will Smith said, yo, you don't go full Joker. But he went full Joker. And if he went full Joker, we're about to see some crazy-ish. I'm excited just about that. And then just in general, like, there's something about the movie. I don't know. There's just something about, like, the way they're selling it is just getting me excited about it. It's just getting me hyped. It's getting me amped. It's getting me wanting to see it. And I just want to see it right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, the trailers have sold me a lot. They're the Bohemian Rhapsody, the Blitz trailer, they're really dope stuff. The editing for those trailers are top notch. Better than, well, no, not better, but they are dope. The first trailer, the Comic-Con trailer, the reveal of the Joker at the end, I mean, everything that they've been showing us has been amazing. I'm not gonna lie. And they just actually just dropped 2 songs. If you haven't heard them, you better hear them. Heathens by 21 Pilots and Sucker for Pain featuring Imagine Dragons, Ex-Ambassador, Logic, damn it, I forgot the guy's first name, or the guy at the beginning that spits his but Lil Wayne, and then you got Wiz Khalifa. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Wiz Khalifa or Lil Wayne, but Lil Wayne really spit some fire in this one. So that's kind of off topic, but they've been releasing some really off the grid type of stuff, like stuff that you want to see some movies, like you want to see Marvel be doing it. When is Marvel gonna hit up Logic and be like, yo, can you spit a verse for our soundtrack? No. It's not gonna happen. Like, DC did that. Like, it's it's dope. It's getting me excited for the movie. It really is, and I think it's gonna bring a different demographic for the film as well. I think Suicide Squad is one of those X Factor films, one of the X Factor superhero films that's gonna bring a wide demographic. It's gonna have a lot of, you know, a lot of people chomping at the bit for this movie, kind of how Deadpool did. So I'm excited about that, and you know, I just want to see it now. So moving on to the, see those hands? Those hands. It's kind of like the next movie I'm gonna talk about. Doctor Strange. Yep, Doctor Strange. This movie comes out almost at the end of the year, I think in November. It has Benedict Cumberbatch. Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange himself. Now, this movie, prior to going into this movie, I have no clue. I mean, I know who Doctor Strange is, and I know like the general stuff about him, but I don't know enough to say that I'm a fan of his. I can't claim his lore. I can't be like, yeah, I know Doctor Strange. I can't say that because I don't. You know, I know general stuff, but not, you know, detailed stuff. I wish I did. I'm kind of, maybe the movie, the movie so far is making me wanting to get a Doctor Strange comic, so I might do that. Might hop on that. Yeah, I don't know that much about Doctor Strange, but from the trailers that we have seen, I'm like y'all, I'm excited. I'm like, dude, this is some trippy stuff. Like, what they're showing us is some Inception gone mad. Like, it's pretty dope. It's like, it really is, like, you know, at first they had me, it's like they had those shots of like Doctor Strange getting into the accident, and then that side shot of him in the building. It was really dope, really nice shot. Really, the cinematography of this film already looks amazing. But then you go into the mystical part, the magic stuff, and then you see like that lady, that bald lady. She goes and puts Doctor Strange back, and then I'm just like, what the? And just like Doctor Strange when he's like, teach me, that's my reaction. Like, almost like, yeah, like I want to see more. Like, and then the buildings coming in together, like that was some straight up Inception stuff. I was just tripping. I was like, whoa. I was like, dang, Marvel, I see you. I was like, I see you. So it's some dope stuff that they've been showing us in the trailers. I know there's more to come after Suicide Squad. There's gonna be buttloads of more trailers, TV spots, all that good stuff. So I'm excited. I'm hyped for that movie. Also because it's a Marvel film. I'm not gonna lie, Marvel knows how to do their movies so far. So I mean, so far all their movies have been almost amazing. I'm really excited for Doctor Strange. I feel like it's gonna be amazing. I feel like it's gonna be a good movie. And Benedict Cumberbatch, I mean, he's a phenomenal actor too. So I mean, Marvel is getting top people to be working on their stuff. Would I have preferred Joaquin Phoenix? Yeah, honestly, I think that's the Doctor Strange we deserve. But Benedict Cumberbatch is no joke, and I'm not mad that they got him. That they got him and not Joaquin. I mean, like it's apples and oranges. But I just have a personal preference for Joaquin. But that completely different topic. But yeah, I'm excited for that movie, and you know, I don't know that much about Doctor Strange, but I'm just hyped to learn about it through the film and to see like how that this film is almost going to be like Guardians of the Galaxy-esque in the sense that it's something different that the Marvel Universe is introducing that is going to be so enticing for the public, because people are so sold into Marvel right now. They really are. Like I know people are, there was a lot of like negativity with Civil War saying, well, I haven't seen any Marvel movies prior, and then the Russo brothers come out and be like, well, you should. That's up to you. If you don't want, we're not gonna make you see those Marvel movies, but you should. You know, you were this far into the Marvel universe, you probably should. And like, there's a lot of non-comic book fans that are like, they're deep into the Marvel film universe now. Their cinematic universe has gotten a hold of a lot of people, and it's not letting go. And for this Doctor Strange, they're gonna give us this trippy ride that everybody's gonna be like, whoa. And that's what I'm excited about. I'm excited to get to that trippy ride. So, you know, yeah, I'm also just general surprised that there's only 2 movies left of the year, and they're so far apart. That's pretty much it, you know. Deadpool, dope. Batman v Superman, I want more. we're gonna get it with Justice League. That's a completely different conversation, but yeah. Captain America Civil War, dope. X-Men Apocalypse, meh. Jennifer Lawrence needs to get the heck out of X-Men. Alright, that's all I gotta say. Like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, what I expected, huh? Suicide Squad. Can we just see this movie now? And Doctor Strange, I can't wait. I really can't. So that's it for today, and glad you guys actually stuck through the video. If you did, got to hear me talk about some movies, some superhero movies. So be sure to like this video, be sure to subscribe, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter at RevxArt. That's RevxArt. And yeah, have an awesome day.